Today's video has been brought to you by the letter T. Iced tea. Shall we sip some tea? Shall we pet some peeves? So today's video was going to be vastly different. Totally different. But current events, being what they are, have led me to make a response video. So a lot of people have been asking me about the whole Etsy shipping, free shipping thing, and wanted to know my take on it and if my shop's going to be participating and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to take a minute, just go over that real quick, and then we can move on. We can move on with happier things. So no, I will not be participating or including my shop in on the free, not free shipping policy. But absolutely no judgment or shade on Etsy sellers who do. Everybody has different circumstances. So there's sellers out there like, I already give free shipping. So, or I don't ship outside the United States. So it doesn't, so there's all kinds of things. Or, the stuff I sell only costs, $1 to send. So, we're good. I can do that. But then there's people like, the piano seller. That's like, how am I supposed to do this? It's like, it costs $100 to send a piano to, the bottom of my state. And then it costs $850 to send it, across the country. So how am I supposed to estimate that to raise my cost to absorb the free, not free shipping, right? So it's impossible for some people to even consider, even if they were going to, that would be an option for them, right? So, so my shop, just for my particular circumstance, 90% of the time I have digitals. I sell those on a daily basis, which doesn't have shipping. I don't have to ship anything. So, is somebody like me, who has had this hair somewhere, and I'm like, don't you feel like you're just like, oh, where is it? I keep feeling it. And then people think you're like, having an episode, which is probably accurate. So, but anyway, so either a person who doesn't ship anything, so they don't, toggle that on, they didn't really look at even what it is because it doesn't apply to them, or they've looked at it and they're like, well, I don't like that. I don't agree with it. So they don't toggle it on. So either way, are people like me that 90% of the time sell digitals, by default, are we going to fall to the bottom of the search engine because we don't need shipping anyway? And that just doesn't really seem fair, because what if there is a digital, a shop that sells digitals, they sell half digitals and half physical items. And they're like, well, yeah, I can send out, I can do free shipping or whatever. So by default, are they going to get preferential treatment? And then those of us that have only digitals or sell digitals the majority of the time, going to fall to the bottom. See, that just doesn't, it's not even applicable to some people. And it's like they're going to get punished for it too. And that just didn't seem fair. And I should say that all of this is on Etsy, as in corporate Etsy, not the sellers. I would never judge somebody for what they did or didn't do as far as a decision for their business. That's not me. It's not my place. I would never think anything bad of them. They just, you do what you do. You be you, man. Because everybody has different circumstances and they make different decisions. And I'm not them. I don't know what they do. So, but for me, just seeing the fact that it was going to be unfair to some people for different reasons, I was like, yeah, I don't like that. And then came the fact that it totally screws over our international customer base. So Etsy is supposed to be a global market, right? So Etsy is telling its sellers to offer free shipping to its US customers. And they're giving a tool, they have given us a tool, to estimate that shipping, which I just discussed doesn't always work, probably most of the time won't work, to raise the price of the item to absorb the shipping that will incur so that we can tell the customer that they're getting free shipping. Okay, so the international customers don't get the free shipping because they don't live in the United States. But they don't get a different base price on the item either. So not only will they be paying shipping, as they always have, and VAT taxes and duties and customs and import taxes, all that, every country's different, but they pay a lot. They're also going to pay a higher price for the item so that US customers can get their shipping for free. So that just, wow, seemed really, really wrong and really, really unfair to give preferential treatment to somebody because they live in Tennessee, but because they live in Bangladesh, well, sucks to be you. You have to pay 20% more for your item and shipping and VAT and everything else that your country tax on, right? So, yeah, that is not cool. That is not cool. I've been on Etsy for a minute, almost 12 years, which is more than any of the people on the board of directors. Like all of them. Like you could add them all up, and I don't even know if they equal how long I've been on Etsy. And I'm not the only one. You know, there's a lot of you guys that have been on Etsy for a long time, right? We're veterans. We've seen it all. And I've had some come to Jesus meetings with Etsy about their search engine and how archaic and how user unfriendly it is. And I've come to a conclusion, I think, about that. I'll let you make your own decision. So, because the search engine at Etsy is so garbage, most people end up just going to Google and they just go, okay, so I think this is how I spell the shop name, and so they type it in and then they put Etsy after it, and then they hit search, and then Google will give them like 2.8 million options, and it will say, you know, you didn't really spell it right, but did you mean this? And you're like, yes, thank you, that is exactly what I meant. And click, you're at the store, right? You go to Etsy and you type into the best of your ability what you think the store name is, and you could spell it exactly right, but like not capitalize something that's capitalized, and Etsy's like, no, you shall not pass. You don't know Sanskrit, so sucks to be you. Why would they keep such an archaic, they've had this search engine since the beginning. Like a kid in college who is studying coding could make up a better algorithm than the one they're using. So if it's crappy for everybody, they must be getting something out of it. So this is my conclusion. Etsy sellers have learned through trial and error and punishment that the only way to get noticed on the search engine is to buy promoted listings. So I'm not saying that Etsy is keeping around a archaic search engine to get more promoted listing sales, but I'm not saying that Etsy's keeping around an archaic search engine to get promoted listing sales. You know what I mean? I'll just let you sip that tea. You can make your own decision on that. But I'm thinking somebody's getting something out of this, and it ain't the rest of us. So make your own conclusion on that. So when Etsy's like, we'll give you preferential treatment in the search engine, we're like, great, that's super awesome. Thanks. Not. I have never, ever depended on Etsy for marketing or advertising or anything like that because they just don't do a good job. I've always encouraged other Etsy stores to diversify and market for themselves. You advertise for yourself, because if you have to rely on Etsy's search engine to get you noticed, well, you might as well just forget it. Unless you were like there on day one and like Etsy's search engine just defaults because that's just because you were there. You were the lucky one with the, the drawn number. Yeah, your store is most likely not going to flourish. So dangling that carrot in front of people is like, okay, yeah, I don't need you. So Etsy needs us. We don't really need Etsy. Well, I can tell you for certain I don't need Etsy. Etsy is basically a glorified checkout to me, and I've been lazy. I do my own marketing. I do my own advertising. I get my own customers. Etsy has never gotten customers for me that I know of. I've never been mentioned, and I've been there almost since the beginning. So, you gotta hoof it and put your own work out there. I don't need Etsy. I can find another checkout. And I probably will. Will I do it right now? Probably not. I have too much on my plate at this moment to actually go do that. Because it's going to be a lot of research. Either way, I think it's going to be okay. If you are struggling with the decision about what to do, should I, shouldn't I? Or you've already made the decision and you're like, oh, what's this is going, whether you did or you didn't, what's this going to do to my business? I bet it's not even going to end up being an issue pretty soon. I can pretty much guarantee you that there is a lot of hand wringing and fretting going on at Etsy right now. There is probably an industrial bottle of Alka-Seltzer that's almost empty, that's being continuously passed around the boardroom. And there's probably 3 or 4 teams of lawyers that are feverishly trying to figure out a way to save face. Because I think the cat is not only out of the bag, but she's had kittens and they're really hungry and they're really loud. So it's like everybody knows Etsy about your free, not free shipping. And the emperor really does not have clothes on. He is naked. And so it's not like you can snow everybody because everybody already knows. So this would be financial suicide if they did it. And I'm sure they've got to realize that. Even as dumb as this decision was to roll out, in my opinion, my humble, meaningless opinion, I think it would be financial suicide, honestly. So I predict that either they will take it away and forget anything ever happened, kind of like, oh, look away, nothing to see here. Or they will send out some kind of a message, oh, well, that's not what we meant. We didn't mean that. You misinterpreted. But since since everybody thinks that we were going to do something kind of shady, we're not going to do anything at all. We'll revisit this later, blah, 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 Forget I ever said anything, right? And either way, You don't need Etsy. Etsy needs you. We are the bread that their butter is spread on. So what are they going to do? Walk around with butter on a knife and just lick their knife? What are they going to do? So it's going to be okay either way. And do I even trust Etsy now? Did I ever trust them in the beginning? In the beginning, I did. I was proud to be a part of Etsy in the beginning. But over the years, I can really tell you how much it has really changed. And it's just like any other website that's going to have, e-commerce. So I have no loyalty toward Etsy. So if there is another e-commerce site out there that looks good, guess what? I am in like Flynn. I just, it's a checkout. I am not going to comply with the policy, so I'm not going to make any changes for my customers. My customers won't see a difference anyway. Other than I have not been getting any Etsy notifications for 10 days. So I've made sales, but I have not gotten any notifications, because you always get like an email notification that, you made a sale or you have a conversation, or I have not gotten one in 10 days. I'm like, okay, is it because I didn't toggle the thing? Am I cut off? Did Etsy cut me off? Am I in timeout? I might be in timeout. It's okay. It's all right, because I'm out there with a lot of other people. We're all in timeout. So, all y'all out there, feel free to discuss in the comment section. And you don't have to say whether you did or didn't. You don't have to say anything. It's, like I said, everybody's circumstances are different. Everybody's reasons are valid, because we don't know. We don't know how somebody else, how they have to operate their business, and they already offered free shipping or whatever. We can't judge people on that because, we're not there. So, but feel free to discuss it and talk about it and give your feelings on it. Just be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Not going to hurt my feelings, but don't hurt somebody else's. Okay? So, I will be back with something happier. I'm really, really, really busy. I'm supposed to be working I was working. That's why you just see this, because this room it's a mess. It is a mess. I'm about to wrap up everything because I'm almost finished, but it's a mess. So I need to get back to work. And I will see you really soon with a better video, something happy, something fun for us to do. But thank you all for joining me today and letting me sip some tea and pet some peeves. And yeah, we'll get on with life. And I will see you all really, really soon in the next video.